supposed to go live and tell everybody what happened. And I guess I'm a lightweight because I took half my pain pill and I passed out. So yesterday morning started out as any other morning, except a little crazier, you know what I mean? I was supposed to go over to my mom's house and check on my horse. I thought I'd be gone maybe 30, 45 minutes, and then I'd come home and take a shower. That didn't happen. I ended up going and helping a friend with a horse that took way longer than it was supposed to, and then I ended up going to help a friend move. I pulled my kids out of school about 2 o'clock and went over to help the friend move. My back was a little sore already, and I was exhausted because I helped her move the day before, and I'd been running around like crazy. So we pull up to the house, and I go inside, and I said, what can I help with? And at this point, I kind of had to pee. Keep that in mind. She's like, well, you can come help me with the spice cabinets. And I said, okay, not a problem. So I get a box, and I tried grabbing the spice cabinets up that were really, really tall and grabbing them because, I mean, I was too short to even do it. I shouldn't have never done it. And I grabbed the spice thing, and I went to throw it in the box. When I bent over to put it in the box, I was like, ooh, that didn't feel right. So I went to go sit down on one of her beds that she had out still and pop my back because I thought maybe my sciatic nerve was getting a little pinched, and I've had problems before, so I popped it. No, I should have never done that. Once it popped, I was like, okay, I'm good, you know. I can feel the back of my leg releasing pressure. And I go to stand up, and I couldn't get up. And I was like, oh no, this hurts so bad. I gotta sit. And then I couldn't sit because that hurt so bad. And then I was like, but I can't lay down because if I lay down, I ain't getting back up. And then I laid down, and I didn't get back up. So keep in mind, my friend had to be gone. She was leaving and getting on an airplane. She had 2 hours left, so we were trying to pack up as much stuff. I'm screaming at my kids, go help, I'm fine. I'll get up in a minute. And a minute came and gone, and 10 minutes came and gone, and then I started crying because I'm like, I am stuck on this bed. And then it hit me, I gotta pee. And I was like, nope, I gotta get up. I gotta figure this out. So I called my chiropractor, and I was like, hey, I did something to my back. Can I come in? And they're like, yeah, in 15 minutes. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make 15 minutes. I'm stuck on a bed, and I got somebody moving. And he's like, oh, well, just lay in bed, take a bunch of pills, pain pills, and, in the next day or two, you should be fine, and then you can come in and see me. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm stuck on my friend's bed. She has a flight out in 2 hours. I can't get up. If I can get to you, can you take me? And he's like, oh, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So I made a plan. So I picked up the phone and I called my dad and I was like, are you in town? And he's like, no. And I'm like, I'm stuck on my friend's bed. I was trying to help her move. This is what happened. I need help. I got to get up and I got to get into the chiropractor. And he's like, okay, I'm going to send your little brother. And I was like, okay, cool. Bring pain meds. Because that's what the chiropractor told me to do. Take a bunch of pain meds so I could get up. So my little brother showed up and he was like, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, I can't get up. And at this point, I'm bawling because I might as well just get packed up in the bed into the U-Haul and just go with my friend to wherever she's going because I couldn't get up. And I was having an utter meltdown. So my little brother tried to lift me up, and I just immediately started screaming, put me back. And I was really sick and tired of laying on my back because I really had to pee. So my dad showed up, and they gave me ibuprofen 800, and I laid there for 15 minutes trying to get it to kick in. And then I felt it kick in, but it was all in my head. It wasn't in my body. And then I rolled over onto my stomach, and I started screaming like a whale. And at that point, when my dad showed up, he's like, get up. Get up right now. You can do it. You can get up. And I looked at him, and I believe it must have been the pain pills because I flipped him off, and I said, I have to pee so bad. I've had 2 kids. Do you think that I want to pee my pants in front of everybody right here? And he laughed, thank goodness, because I had a pain pill. Oops. Never flipped your dad off. That was a bad idea. I was joking, but I thought he was being serious. Like, get up right now. And I was like, if I could get up and pee, I would pee right now because if you guys call an ambulance, I'm going to pee myself because I was cold and I was hurting and I had to pee. So I'd had to pee already for like 2 hours. So they made the decision if I couldn't get up and pee, that they were going to call the ambulance. And so that was the only way out. So I'm laying there waiting for the ambulance, and I'm crying going, this is it. I'm 29 years old. This is what 30 looks like. I got to pee. I can't hold it. I'm going to pee my pants. And I'm laying on the bed with some back problems, and I can't get up. This is, I don't want to be 30. Ambulance showed up, and I was on my side already, so they put me on my back, and they all picked me up, and I remember going down the stairs and thinking, this is going to hurt, and it did. And I told the lady, I was like, I got to pee. Is there something we can do? And they're like, oh, honey, just pee. And I'm like, I got my boots on. They're people. I'm going out with my dignity. I'm not going to pee in my boots. It's not what cowgirls do. We don't pee in our boots. Into the ambulance, and we're headed to the hospital, and they're like, all right, we're going to start you on some IVs. And I was like, I threw up my arm, and I was like, good luck. It's going to be hard. They said, oh, you're hard to work on, huh? And I said, yeah. And then the guy ended up pinching me. That's the bottom one towards my body, and then the top one's where they actually got me. And I remember when he did it with just his glove, and an instant bruise. And I had popped my back up because of the pain, and then I started crying. He's like, ma'am, I am so sorry, and I couldn't even talk. I had my hands over my face, and I was like, I know you're sorry, I know, I just can't stop crying. And then they made the decision to give me morphine. Now that I'm at the hospital, my parents sent my boyfriend instead of my dad, probably because I flipped him off. I don't blame him, so my dad didn't come with me. So my boyfriend came back with me, and then the nurse lady showed up, and she was like, how you doing? And I said, I can't get up. And she's like, okay, do you need anything? And I said, yeah, I gotta pee. By this time it's 6:30, so I've been laying there since 2 to 6:30, and I had to pee, and I was real proud of myself because I was holding it. So she looks at me and she says, well, honey, if you can't get up, what are we supposed to do? I said, I don't know, I was hoping you'd figure it out. She says, oh, she takes a look at my boots and she goes, were you in some kind of horse accident? And I said, no, I wish. That was a cool story to have. Fortunately, I don't have a cool story. I can't get up. She says, honey, if you have to go that bad, just go and we'll clean you up. And I'm like, nah, y'all ain't getting it. I've held it from 2 to 6. I ain't peeing in my boots. I'm not doing it. Because if I was going to do it, I would have done it already. I'm not doing it. Anyways, they figured out a way for me to pee, and I peed like that movie Austin Powers when he gets unfrozen. I mean, it was just exactly like that. It was no different than the movie. Once you thought you were done, you're not done. You just keep going. My boyfriend behind the curtains laughing. The nurse is like, oh my goodness. Oh, but it was done. And we could focus on the real problem of getting me up. I get in my room, and the doctor comes in. I go through a whole story with him, and I said, you got a plan, doc, to get me up? And he says, keep in mind, I'm not smiling about any of this point. I'm kind of crying because I felt helpless and stupid. And he says, well, we could admit you. And I'm like, no, I want to go home. And he says, well, I'll dope you full of as many pain pills as possible. We're going to give you this, that, and the other. And all these pills I'd never even heard of. And I was like, okay, I guess, let's do this. He says, until you can get up and you can walk. And I said, okay. And the nurse comes in and she starts to fill my IV with all these things. So she's filling my IVs with stuff. She goes, well, one of these makes your crotch burn. I'm sitting there and my boyfriend's looking at me and I'm like, that's weird. Really? And she goes, yeah, a lot of people have complained about it, most women. And just as she did that, I was starting to drift real hard, and apparently the last thing I said was, holy crap, my crotch is starting to burn. I came to about 20-30 minutes later, and when I came to, my boyfriend goes, holy crap, you're alive. And I said, what happened? And he says, the last thing you said was, is your crotch burning? Your eyes are up to the back of your head. Next thing you know, you started snoring and farting in your sleep, and then you stopped breathing a little bit, and your eyes were halfway open, and I thought you were going to die. And I was like, surprise. I what in my sleep? So I said, I got a plan. I said, what time is it? And he told me what time it is, and I went, oh man, I was trying to get out of there as soon as possible because I felt so bad for him. He had to go to work at like 4 a.m. in the morning. So I was determined we were getting out of here. The pain medicine was still in my system. We got this. So he would slowly lift the back of the chair up, and I'd scoot and scream and holler, and I'd set myself up, and he'd come and push my feet up, and we were making a plan. We were getting so good at it, and the nurse comes in and she goes, holy crap, you're awake, and you're sitting up a little bit. I said, I'm working on it. She says, you want to get up now? And I've been wanting to get up. I says, I think I can. And then we came up with a plan, and I told her how I wanted to do it, and we made it happen, and I stood up, and then apparently my back was having like a big fat seizure all on its own, and they were like, are you okay? And I was like, no, but I'm standing. Doctor came in, he says, oh look, you're standing up. I said, yep, I did it. I said, how am I going to get home? Because the pharmacy doesn't open until 8 a.m. He says, well, I'm going to give you 4 pain meds. I said, are they good pain meds? Because my boyfriend drives a lowrider, gangster-style lowrider car, and I was scared. I just got up. I don't want to get back down and be stuck in a car now. And he says, oh, yeah, they'll be fine. Take one right now. So I walked around in the walker a little bit, went to the bathroom again. Everything was, it hurt so bad. But I was standing, and that is all that mattered. And I got home, and I got in bed, and I've been in bed ever since.